everybody. Thanks for tuning in with Conscious Crafting with Wee River Farm. My name is Chrissy Corzin and I'm the South Shore Educator here at the farm. And the Trustees of Reservations is a statewide organization. We're actually the largest conservation and preservation organization in the state. We have 118 properties all across the state. And our Conscious Crafting videos that we've been bringing to you are crafts you can just do with things laying around your house. Feel free to tailor them kind of however you're able to. And if you have any other ideas, please let us know in our Facebook or just shoot us a direct message. So what we'll be making today are going to be Suncatchers. And you can make these with mason jar lids. That's what I'll be showing you how to do. But I also actually already have one made. And so this was made using paper, using a plastic lid, so if you have one of those instead, and then using twine. If you don't have twine, you can use yarn, something like that. And the materials that you'll need for this are pretty basic. You'll need some glue, of course markers for whenever you create your design. I've already created the design that I'll be using, but of course if you're doing this at home, you can print out either a coloring page or just design your own design. And you can do that by tracing whatever object you're using. And now we are going to use a mason jar lid today, that being useful because the middle of it can come off. So we won't be using that. You can maybe use it for another repurposing craft. And what it will end up looking like is we'll use this lid. We're going to be setting our artwork inside, gluing it, and also using our twine to hang it up. Now the specialty part of this is we are going to use some oil today. You can use canola, you can use any sort of oil in order to make it more translucent. The color can just shine through better. So I'm going to pour out just a little bit of oil to use, and this is going to be just the only messy part, well, besides using the glue when you glue it on. So I have a napkin, I'm just going to use that. If you have some cotton balls at home, you can use those. And then you're going to dab the oil onto your artwork. It doesn't have to be even. You're just doing this so that that color can better shine through, as I said. And it shouldn't smear your colors. Now, I used markers. You can use watercolor paints. You can use colored pencils probably are strong enough, for crayons. Just anything to give your design that color. Once you've got it kind of all covered in the oil, you can wipe off your station. You can also use that same paper towel or a different one to start to blot it off. You just wanted that oil effect so that the light can better shine through. So you can see the light can already start to better shine through. Now I'm gonna let that dry a little bit while I go ahead and cut out the twine for hanging this up. Like I said, I'm using twine. You can use anything that's gonna keep it up. And you're gonna wrap it around and knot it, and then knot it from the top. So you need a pretty long string. That should be long enough. And once you cut out your string, you're gonna be able to start knotting it. I'll move the oil out of the way. Now that you have your string, this is a part you may need help with if you're not that confident in your knots yet, but definitely any knot will work. Then you're gonna take your mason jar lid or whatever lid or cap you're using. Then you can put it around your lid and keep it nice and tight. That's gonna be key for keeping it up as well. And then what I like to do, you just take it, pinch it, and then you can knot it all the way through. So that it's nice and tight, ideally. That way it stays on. And if you're having a hard time getting it to stay on, you can always use glue to kind of better solidify where your knot is. So mine worked well with me, so you can see it can start to hang easily. And then you can also do a knot at the top. So I also do that loop, but you can also just do a normal double knot. So you take your finger, you loop it around, then you put both of your threads through. That just makes it hang straight, or at least a little straighter than it does if you do a normal knot. Now we have our twine already set up, ready to hang against any sort of window. And then now that this has started to dry a little bit, you can blot it off a little bit more. And of course, if you want to let it dry all the way, you can always let it dry all the way. Just depends on what else you have going on that day. So now that it's ready to go, in this case, this is my side of the design. So I want that showing from the kind of rim of the lid. And then on the inside of the jar is where I'm gonna do my glue. Now it sets pretty easily inside without the glue, but of course the glue is to keep everything in place. And so that's kind of a key step. And you can use other glue, really whatever glue you have. And you can make several of these, of course, just depends on your access to lids, access to paper, things like that. So I just tucked it in there. I'm gonna tap down where the glue is so that it can start to stay put. Of course, it's gonna take several minutes, if not longer, to dry. And now you can see it's already in place. Of course, it needs to dry before it's like perfectly indestructible. But here you have a nice sun catcher. So you can hang these up in your window. You can make multiple of them. You can design your own kind of inside. Doesn't have to be a coloring page. Doesn't have to look like mine. And then once you glue them and tie your twine, you are good to go. And the oil, if you don't have it, that's just to make it more translucent. You can do it without the oil. You can also do sun catchers on coffee filters if you want to do that instead. Those naturally show more light through them. So make sure you let us know what else you would like to see. Please feel free to try this out. Let me know how it turns out. And if you're looking for more things to do, check out thetrustees.org/at-home. A lot of different resources from all of our different properties of what we're doing, so you all can stay busy at home, not get too bored. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Let us know what else you'd like to see, and have a great weekend. Thank you.